Hey guys, it's Tiny Tom Logan here from Time to Live Customs. Just to make you a quick video of a rig I've just finished, which is MNR V1.2. It's painted in Ford electric orange, but it's got a gold pearl over the top. MNR, Midnight Ray, he asked for a orange rig, blatantly because it's orange, but orange and black. Before anyone asks, this here, you can see the white in the little holes. It's residue polish. I've just polished it, and it takes, I have to get the hoover on that, and anyway, yeah, he wanted an orange and black rig and he left it completely up to me. This is what I've come up with. Power and the reset been painted as well in the same paint. Now black and orange, can't have orange everywhere, so I've actually pinstriped the side of the case. Stripe goes right the way around the outside of the door, all the way around. But rather than just having a plain black and orange or a plain orange side panel, I pinstriped it. Pretty old school, sort of hot rod styly. We've got hex mesh in the lower section, and then just a normal smoked plexi window. We go around to the back. Ooh, squeaky. Just normal powder coated grille. All of the PCI plates in the back are painted to match. That's a 4870 back plate there, which has been painted satin black. Same there. And then the sound card, it's all been done to match with the rest of the case. Right, now we'll move on to the inside. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. Thermachill PA 120.3 Gigamatech fans. We'll turn it on in a bit so you can see them all lit up. Right, in there we have an Asus Rampage Extreme 2. That's the motherboard with a i7 D920 CPU. Now, in a previous video, this water block here, it does the south bridge right the way up to the north bridge, and even the QDPI power regulators from Bits Power. Now, I had the first one in the UK, but me being me, I couldn't leave it standard, so I painted that with the same paint as the case. That's the exact same orange with gold pearl, but not only did I paint the tops, if you look round the back, I've actually painted just the side of the blocks as well. Now it is only the side, all the contact surfaces are bare. Now I've done that with a QDPI block, and if you look carefully towards the back, you can see I've painted just the bases of the MOSFET blocks as well. Carrying that theme on, 4870 graphics cards. I've done exactly the same thing, orange with gold pearl on the water blocks. But not only have I painted the sides of the water blocks, if I can get underneath, I've actually picked out the XSPC logo on both of the graphics cards as well. So there you go, more black and orange detailing. There's another radiator in the front, which is kind of well hidden at the moment, but there's a Thermachill PA 120.3 120.2, I do apologise, in the front, again with Gigamatech fans, however you want to pronounce it, with push pull, so there's fans on both sides. There's 6 GB of Corsair Dominator 1866 RAM underneath this, but I've also painted the DOM cooler in exactly the same paint. XSPC Delta V3 water block, custom hold down plate, again painted with the same orange paint. If you have a look over here, more of the custom detailing, literally just a simple P-clip. Didn't want to leave it just plain and boring, so I picked that out with the same paint as well. I spent quite a bit of time trying to get the cable in quite tidy on this. V2010 isn't the easiest case in the world, as wasn't the V2000 that it's based on. Mainly because there's not a lot of room behind the motherboard. I mean, there really isn't a lot of room there at all. So trying to squeeze the cables behind the back isn't as easy as it can be with others. So, got an NMAX 950 watt power supply. Incredibly good power supply. The braid's not great, but I made a small cutout in the back of the tray so I can get what cables I could up the back, and really I could only get the 8-pin power and the 24-pin power for the motherboard up there anymore, and I couldn't get the back panel on. But to keep things tidy, I've used P-clips to help mount the cables. These cables here are the front panel USB, well, the roof USB, and this is power and reset, which have all been braided, P-clips down, P-clips up the back of the motherboard as well, to try and keep things as tidy as possible. Note that even though the case has been painted, we've still got the original activity lights for power and hard drive. Down at the bottom, that's a DDC Ultra 18 watt pump with an XSPC res top. There's not a lot of room around the case, so I've built in an additional fill port as well, just to help fill Midnight Ray fill it up when he's working on it. Throughout the case I've used Bits Power fittings. Now these are more expensive than the other fittings on the market, but in my honest opinion you can't get better at the moment. Light display, see the Zigomatech fans there, smoked frames, clear orange blades and white LEDs. Simple but very effective. Kept the lighting to a minimum in this case, because obviously the more components you put inside of a rig, the more wiring that you've got to hide, conceal. And I've tried quite hard to keep things very minimal in this case. You won't see much. So, Midnight Ray asked me to build him a black and orange rig. What do you guys think? Did I do a good job? Please come and post your thoughts and comments on www.overclock3d.net. Go to the forums and just look for the TTL Customs section. If you join up, there's a great bunch of lads there. We've got some amazing forum members, very knowledgeable, and they're always willing to help. Doesn't matter what your questions are, just pop in and we'll do our best to help you out. Also like to say thank you to TJ Harlow. I think he's going to be sending this to a lot of his or sending this to his subscribers, so I'd just like to thank him in advance. That kind of support, do you know what I mean, you can't pay for it, so it doesn't go without me saying a very big thank you. TJ Harlow's work's also amazing. Got a lot of respect for the man, does wicked work, so for him to endorse me really makes me feel like I've achieved something, so thank you very much.